Hello, it's VintageBshoot here, VintageBshoot, and today I'm actually playing a game of Search and Destroy Classic. The game mode really is not that important though today, because the only reason I've actually picked this game mode of Search and Destroy is because I actually want to talk about Columbus. You probably guessed by the title. My predictions, my thoughts, and this game mode is just about long enough for me to say what I want to say, depending on how it goes. If we cane it 6-0, it probably won't be. Or if we get caned 6-0, should I say. Yeah, so anyway, people might not know or may not, may not know a lot about esports. So I just thought I would bring this video just to give you a bit of heads up. Columbus is the first LAN tournament of Advanced Warfare, which is happening at the moment. And basically the way it works out is there's like 4 groups of 5, 4 teams in each group to start off with, and then like today, which is Thursday when I'm recording this, there is an open bracket tournament. And then on that open bracket tournament there's 128 teams, and then the top 4 teams from that all go into a group as well, which make it 4 groups of 5. What I'm just going to talk about is, I'm not going to go too much in depth about the groups, but what I just wanted to talk about is who I think is going to come first and second in each group. Then I'm going to talk a little bit about a team that I think may shock a few people, so maybe an underdog many people don't know that much about, who I just thought they might do well. I'm normally wrong on that though, to be honest. I'm also going to talk about a couple of teams that I just wanted to talk about, which I think is going to be interesting, and where they might do well, where they might not, why they might do well, why they might not. And I'm also going to pick who I think is going to finish first, second and third. I've kind of cheated on that though, so do forgive me. And I'm also going to talk, I'm actually picking something which is called a match of the day. So I can't say match of the day without singing that song. And so that's the kind of match where if you've never watched esports before and you're thinking, you know what, I'm going to watch one match, that's the one I would recommend. That's out of day one, because obviously they're the only matches that have been announced. So anyway, Group A is Optic Gaming, Team Caliber, Proficiency, I keep wanting to say Proficiency even though it's not that, and Esport. It's probably Province, I think it is. Well, I'm not too sure how to pronounce it. Anyway, the team I'm going for first in that is, might not be a surprise to anyone who watches esports, but is Optic Gaming. I'll get into a bit more why I think that in a bit. And team I'm going for second is a team that I can't say. I think it's Province. It's somewhat like that anyway. I just can't say it. I'm just going to jump into, I'm too busy talking then. I'm going to jump into Group B, which is Justice, Rise, Optic Nation and Automatic Reload. Now this is the group of death. It's kind of like if you watch football, it's like having Portugal, Brazil, Germany, Spain in the same group. It's just like a group of death. It's a group you don't want to be in. And I kind of feel sorry for the people who go through open brackets and do all that work just to get into that group. I feel sorry for them. I'm going for Justice winning it and Optic Nation finishing second. Group C, we've got Denial, FaZe, Strictly Gaming and Lucky Strike. In this one, this might be a bit of a surprise, but I'm going for FaZe to win it and Denial to finish second. And Group D is Envious, Aware Gaming, Carnage and Strictly Business, I think. So I'm trying to think of this off the top of my head. I have got it written down somewhere, but I can't see it at the moment. On that one, I am going to go for Envious to win and Aware Gaming to finish second. Envious, just a good team. I believe they're especially good at Uplink, which is a game mode that I believe not a lot of pros are happy that it's in there. They don't want it in there, but Sledgehammer or Activision, whoever makes these choices, have said we want it in there. So it is going to definitely be in there for Columbus. Yeah, so they're the people who I think is going to finish first and second. A lot of the groups, it could be anything. God, I'm getting a bit of lag today. That guy ate my bullets. The team that I am picking Oh, I knew there would be some camps up there. The team I'm picking to be maybe a bit of an underdog who might go quite far in it. You know, just an outside bet like you might have in the national. You know, when you see one that's at like say about 500 to 1, so you think, you know, I'm gonna have a cheeky quid on that. Is Clan Lucky Strike. I've just been watching them a little bit online, you know, when they've been scrimming other teams, and I think they're playing. They're a team that could definitely cause a few upsets, especially in the group that they're in. A couple of teams I wanted to talk about, just because it's been a bit interesting with roster changes and how the team dynamics going to happen. I mean, obviously this is the first time a lot of the first LAN event of AW. It's a brand new game, so everything's a bit up in the air. So the first team I wanted to talk about is Optic Nation. Now, I put Optic Nation as finishing second. I know they've been struggling a bit. I believe coming into this they've actually seeded 10th. They've had a few, I won't say a few problems, but because they've got 3 new squad members, I mean, and what squad members they are, you know, 2-time world champion Karma, world champion TP. I'm just too busy concentrating on this now. I know I'm going to get beated. I thought when I come into this, I was like, yeah, don't worry about the game. Get killed first and you can just chat over it. And now I'm like, what? I want to win now. I want to go for the W. Anyway, yeah, there seems to be a bit of a... I mean, I know that Karma's not really played a lot online. He's, you know, they've had a couple of stand-ins and stuff like that. Thank you.
But it's not over.
But there's a few, like Money B is obviously the captain. He's supposed to be going like, you go there, you go there. But obviously Karma, 2-time world champion, probably going to go down as one of the greatest players in competitive like esports for Call of Duty. He's also one of them players who's going to be like, the moment when you see him when they play together, they're both kind of struggling for like who's not the captain, because they all know that Money B is the captain, but just for like, you know, they both want to be doing the shout outs. Also, another problem they seem to have is that TP and Mballs, Money B, have the same kind of role. So at certain points they just don't seem to be knowing what the other one's supposed to be doing, or the one of them's supposed to be going there. But I feel that with it being on LAN, when Money B's got probably Karma sat right next to him, shouting in his ear, and I just got a feel he's sat next to him, they're gonna sort it out. That's just what I feel, so that's why I think they're going to finish second, but it's definitely going to be interesting to see. It's one of them things that's going to go either way. They're either going to be brilliant. I mean, on paper, they actually have the potential to be... Oh, how did they get my last bullet? They definitely have the potential to be a top 4 team. But like I say, it just depends how they gel together. Next team I wanted to talk about, which is a bit of the same kind of thing really, is FaZe. Now, I think FaZe, again, have the potential to do really well. And the reason about that being is obviously the Aches factor. Obviously, Aches was on Team Evil Genius, a team that was formerly Complexity, that was Crim, TP, Karma, Aches, won everything on Ghosts, and then all of a sudden just went, well, they won everything in esports. Then went a little bit off the boil. Obviously, we found out recently from Crim, Crim6, who's gone to Optic Gaming. He did a bit of a question and answer thing on YouTube, and someone asked a question to him, when did you feel that EG started to, like, they were losing their way and you knew you weren't happy there? The reason he gave was because Aches decided that he hated playing Ghosts. He didn't want to play it anymore, didn't want to scrim it, didn't really want to, and obviously because they were all a team of winners, that's what kind of affected them. Aches, as we all know, is the guy who hates Optic Gaming. Optic Gaming are a club that he's kind of like the bad guy of COD, and that is just because Optic Gaming, everyone loves them. You know, they've got the biggest fan base. You know, when they do well, it's good for esports, and that's why I think this year is going to be very good for esports because of the team they've got. But Aches, he don't want to see them do anything. He wants to. I mean, he actually tweeted out like a picture of him smashing down a green wall, you know, from the Miley Cyrus Wrecking Ball video. Of him smashing through a green wall with a tweet saying, "You can take my teammates, but I'm still breaking through," because he wants to break down the green wall. So he's going to be ultra committed to taking down the green wall. It's what he wants to do. And I don't know if the team he's with at the minute are good enough to do it. Only time will tell. Also, I'm very surprised that they picked up Slasher. I think a lot of people was a bit shocked at them picking up Slasher. I'm not hitting this guy with any bullets. I'm trying to talk. And yeah, so I think there's going to be also with FaZe and obviously Sensor, it's the same kind of problem that Money B and Karma are going to have. They both seem to be want to be the person who's shouting out. And there's been some, I've watched them scrim a couple of times, and there's been some quite amusing incidents between them already, to say the least. So again, that's going to be interesting to see as well. Now, next thing I am just going to talk about is my match of the day. So if you're watching this video and you think I've never watched a game of esports before, or even if you watch it all the time and just see whether or not I'm right, I think this is going to be the best game of day one, and it is Justice versus Optic Nation. It is just going to be, I just think it's just going to be epic. So if you're going to watch one game of esports, watch it. I mean, I'm obviously not too sure of the time. I think it starts like at 7 PM Eastern time, depending on all match times are subject to change. I'm not too sure what time that is in the UK, but I'm just hoping it's not when I'm at work. I really want to watch it. If not though, obviously it'll be available on YouTube and such the like. Should have had him.
We lost that fight, but
yeah, it's definitely going to be the match to watch. Now I'm going to talk about my 3 teams that I think are going to finish first, second and third. Now I've cheated a little bit on this because I think the team that's going to finish third, I can't pick between 2 teams, but I'm going for Envious, which might be a bit of a big shock. Obviously they've got that factor where Clayster obviously got dropped from Optic Gaming, and he's after Optic as well, got something to prove, so it's going to be interesting to see how he plays. He has been playing really well on Advanced Warfare. He didn't like Ghost at all, I don't think, and he didn't really play well on that, which is a bit of a shame because I liked him in Optic, thought he was good. I was a bit gutted when they dropped him, but I think now you see their squad, you know why. Next, so, and the other team I've gone for is FaZe. I've kind of already explained that. FaZe, I think, could be, they've just got the X factor. If he's got his I want to beat Optic head on, and he's got a lot to prove with Crim, then, again, could be very interesting. Team I'm going for second, and this is just because they've been playing really, really well online, and that is Denial. So I think Denial are going to finish second. I think, anyway, at least one of them team are going to be in the final. Denial, the 3 teams I've mentioned. And the team that I'm going for to win it, this is going to come as no big surprise, but I'm actually going to go for Optic Gaming to win it. People are calling this squad a God Squad, and they're calling this team a God Squad for a reason, and it is because they are. Now they're saying don't call us a God Squad until we've won anything. They've already won the 5k, they've won the 10k. They're going into it as #1 seed, and when you've got Formal, Crim, Scump on your team, that is a team that is just going to be epic. Look at that score there. I was just too busy talking. I knew I couldn't concentrate on it. But anyway, yep, so my predictions are Optic to win it, Denial second, Envious or FaZe third. These 4 teams are going to be in the mix. I feel definitely, that's not the last 4 teams in it. I'll be shocked. Anyway, my name was Bshoot. That was Vintage waffling on and chatting. I do apologise if I've repeated myself a few times. Yeah, I'll be bringing another video out on Monday to see whether or not my predictions were right, see how I did. And I will see you on my next video in a bit. Bye.